Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, continuing now our title action here at tonight's evening Carpe Diem promotion will be the showdown for the Quest Regional Light Cruiserweight Championship. So please welcome first into the arena the challenger for the championship tonight. Please make some noise and welcome Chris Hamilton! And now we welcome his opponent into the arena. To the red corner, please make some noise and welcome the current reigning defending champion, Jack Laker! Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, this contest brought to you in association with our great sponsors. Exio, the official fight gloves of Quest, BoxFit UK, the UK's leading boxing equipment superstore, and our headline sponsors, the Bold Builders and Porter & Bond Estate Agents. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, introducing to you first, standing in and boxing out of the blue corner, the challenger for the championship here this evening. Please make some noise and welcome Chris Hitman Hamilton! His opponent tonight standing across the ring, boxing out of the red corner, representing a hit and lift in Chichester. Please make some noise for the current reigning, defending light cruiserweight regional champion, Jack Laker! This showdown to be fought over 4 2-minute rounds. Our referee in charge of the action when the bell rings, Mr. King Baker.
And we continue the night with more title action. We've got the regional light cruiserweight title on the line. Current holder Jack Laker up against Chris Hamilton, the slightly older Chris Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to say veteran.
Veteran, yeah.
But he had a great win last time he boxed on Quest. Hamilton looked really, really good.
Hamilton's a good boxer.
He's a very, very good boxer. You know, I've seen him across the sort of the league fight the likes of Jake Dove Lyons. That was a fantastic fight. And you know, he'll go in with anybody. And I think, although if you're looking at this on paper, you know, Laker the younger champion, you know, great performance last time out. Good shot there from Jack Laker. But this is, you know, I don't want to be proved wrong, but this won't be an easy fight for Jack Laker.
Yeah, Jack Laker's someone that's improved massively. He's now got 3 wins, a loss and a draw on his record. He's the current holder, and he's got the nickname of Pillow Fists.
I know he gets that, and I think that's whoever came up with that. Whoever
that was the promoter.
Was it the promoter?
Jack Dowling, yeah. Yeah, so I've stuck with it, and it's a bit of an inside joke between us, but he actually carries a bit of power in his punch. Just don't tell him I said that.
Okay. I mean, I look back on Jack Laker's rise to sort of becoming champion. You know, he lost his debut in Quest Boxing League at the Epsom Downs racecourse against a very, very good fighter in Kai Edwards. But ever since then, you know, he's got better and better and better. And, you know, I think, you know, for me, you know, he should retain his title. But it's not a given with the fact that Chris Hamilton is a very, very talented fighter.
Yeah, Jack Laker's approaching this fight perfectly. He's not taking liberties with Hamilton. A lot of people could be forgiven for thinking that because Chris Hamilton is more advanced in years, it may be someone that you can go and put pressure on and wear him out. But Hamilton is as fit as a fiddle.
Super fit, you know, durable, and you know, the one thing is with these smaller gloves, you don't have to be a puncher to cause damage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good round from Jack Laker. Controlled the pace, controlled the range, had it all his own way really in that first round. But Chris Hamilton, don't write him off yet, because he's someone that will always cause problems.
Glancing up to the corner, you've got Ross Dimmock in the corner there for Chris Hamilton, he's also boxed in Quest before. You know,
he's also older.
Yeah.
No, I know Ross well. He's a good lad. And yeah, do you know what? Chris Hamilton, he's someone like, we make a couple of jokes about his age. He probably won't mind, but the fact is, he's one of the fittest guys on this league. And like I said there, if you write him off, you do it at your own peril, because he's someone that will cause you problems. And he's more than capable of beating even the better fighters out there.
Absolutely. Not that there's any reflection on either of the fighters in there tonight, but I don't know whether a few of the fighters have phoned each other before and said, should we wear the same shorts, boots and socks, because I can't even differentiate them. But you know, Jack Laker, the champion, in the black and gold shorts with the silver gloves, and the challenger Chris Hamilton, again black and gold shorts but with the blue gloves. Bit older in years, Chris Hamilton, but what he lacks in youth, he makes up for with a lot of experience.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. He's showing here how much of a handful we can be. He's landed some good shots on Laker, and whilst Laker is he's still pressing the action, he's not had this round at all his own way.
No. I think Jack needs to sort of get behind the jab more, you know, double the jab up. Good movement there from, you know, Jack Laker, just in and out of range, but needs to put his foot on the gas a little bit here.
Yeah, he's a little
good
bit,
shots
yeah,
there,
good
just
shots.
as I've said that. Caught Hamilton, and I think Hamilton was hurt by those. But back comes firing Hamilton.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Laker got a little bit pedestrian, didn't he? He was, all of a sudden he landed those couple of shots, and that sprung him into action. I like the way he's boxing. I like what he's doing. It's a bit slower pace than what I'd expect from Jack Laker, but I'm not against it. It's effective. It's one of those first two rounds in my eyes. Yeah, coming into this third round, I would like to see Laker just put his foot on the gas, but Hamilton's a tricky customer, and he's someone you can't take liberties with. So I'm not fully against Laker being a bit cautious and taking his time, but I think at some point in this round, we should probably look to step it up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Hamilton, he's teak tough, but if it was me with Jack Laker, like you said, he needs to step on it a little bit. He needs to throw a few more combinations, but I'd be targeting that body, because at the end of the day, that is lovely body shot there from Jack Laker just on cue, but he needs to really kind of step on it, because, you know, Hamilton's competitive, you know, and what you don't want to do is give him confidence.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's like, while I'm sitting here thinking that Laker is well in front, he's the one that's took control of the pace, took control of the action, and
that was a big shot
right on the chin of Hamilton, and that's a testament to just how tough and fit Hamilton is, because he didn't even bat an eyelid at that.
No, bit of blood coming from the nose now of Chris Hamilton. But like you say, Jack Laker boxing comfortably, in control.
Yeah, he's boxing well within his abilities. But again, I'm not fully against it, because it's effective and he's winning the fight. It's just for me that I can see sitting here, I mean, it may look completely different when you're in there, it usually does, but I can see from here that he could probably put his foot on the gas a little bit and just take a bit of power out of the shots and just let his hands go.
Yeah, very, very possibly. So 3 rounds down, 1 to go in this regional light cruiserweight title fight. Title defense for Jack Laker in the red corner, up against the challenger Chris Hamilton. And like I say, we've touched on it before, the experience, the miles on the clocker with Chris Hamilton. Jack Laker, definitely the younger, fresher fighter, but I think it's showing in there the experience of Chris Hamilton, because Jack's not had it all his own way. I mean, it's
not been a walk in the park by any means. He's controlled the fight. For me, he's well in front. And I'd be very surprised if the judges' scorecards read any different from mine. But you mentioned it there. It's not been just turn up and win. Chris Hamilton's made him work for it. Hamilton now getting up on his toes and moving around a bit.
Jack just needs to cut the ring off a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, he's just been a bit guilty of just following him around the ring a little bit, hasn't he? That's good work from Laker. I do feel a bit of a hypocrite, because I'll always tell anyone, look, don't worry about the crowd, don't worry about what we should or shouldn't be doing, just make sure you get the win. And that's what Laker's doing at the moment. It doesn't have to be guns are-blazing, doesn't have to be the most exciting fight out there. It's about doing what you need to do to get the win. And Laker's boxing very, very well.
Yeah, he's boxing well within himself, comfortable, picking his shots, and just hasn't found that sort of that finisher, has he? Good shot there though. Good right hand there from Jack Laker.
Yeah, that was a good flurry of punches there. Good work.
Took a right hand there from Chris Hamilton.
Again, Hamilton's still there, still letting him know that he's.
And again. Oh, and again.
Yeah, good little work from Hamilton. He had a bit of success in his last 30 seconds. Yeah, Laker boxed beautifully there, boxed really well. We mentioned it well within himself. There's a lot more to give Jack Laker, but sometimes, as I mentioned there, sometimes you've got to get the job done, and that's exactly what he done tonight. He, against a different opponent, he may have given us a bit more of a spectacle, but up against someone like Chris Hamilton, sometimes you have to go, do you know what, he's awkward, he's always going to be a bit dangerous, he's very experienced, let's just get the job done, let's get the win, and that'll do.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please show your appreciation for both boxers standing in the ring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing action, we go to our judges' scorecards with a unanimous decision. Your winner of the bout, and still Press Light Cruiserweight Regional Champion, Jack Laker!
Yeah, Jack Laker retains his belt, and I didn't expect anything different. It was a good performance from him. Again, I don't want to bang on it too much. He probably could have done a bit more, but like I said, I'm a hypocrite if I do go on about it too much, because I'm one that's always said just get the job done, do what you got to do, and that's exactly what he's done there. And let's not take anything away from Chris Hamilton. He's a good fighter, very experienced, and yeah, he could have been a problem for Laker. So I think all things said, got the win. It's a good performance, and he made the right choice in those tactics.